World famous.
You're listening to The Darren Green Show.
Right here.
Welcome. I am your humble host, Darren Green, back with another episode. I'm joined by my co-host, Derek Dahl.
What's up?
Well, I did a freestyle there with that intro, child. I was waiting for this. Waiting for my notes to come up. Anyway, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Give us a rate and review if you can. Follow me at TDGS Media on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Tap the bell to get notified. Also, if you're listening on Spotify, hit that follow button again and tap the notify button, because apparently now you got to turn your reminders on because they don't let you know. Also, be a patron, please, honey. Donate $2 to my Patreon account. Okay, get ad-free viewing and more. Link is in the description. Happy Friday. You know, I made it. I live to see Friday. Okay.
You made it. I thought Wednesday. I thought yesterday was Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time I realized yesterday wasn't Friday, it was like 10 o'clock. It was time for me to watch T.S. Madison Experience.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you watch it? Yeah.
And then today, I woke up today and forgot it was Friday. So I'm all just discombobulated. My sleep got thrown off.
Yeah, what?
My sleep schedule got thrown off this week.
Child, my sleep schedule, I'll just be praying. I'll be like, child, please go to sleep on time.
Do you set like an alarm for you to go to sleep?
Set an alarm to wake up?
No, to go to sleep. Like, do you have like a I know like I've been using this like the bedtime thing where it tries to like gives you an alert. Like start winding down, like your bedtime is at 1:30, and like take the next 30 minutes to like wind down and stuff. I've been trying to get into it, but
yeah, I'll be like, no, not to.
I'm like, girl, I'm grown, okay,
honey. Okay, I'm still watching my shows. Okay, first of all. Now, my week is good. I've been working on some things. I've been working on my final project for my multimedia production class. That is a capstone class, so it's like, you know, for graduation. Not going to tell too much about it, but it's going to come to a surprise to some people keen. But
you're gonna release it for the public for us to see it when it's done.
What you making me tell the story? All right.
So I'm just saying, I'm just asking if you're gonna release it to us or not.
Well, okay. So what I've been working on is another podcast that centers around social anxiety. It makes sense, you know, because for one of the projects I was thinking of, like, you know, doing like a recorded show, like you would the Breakfast Club of this show, whatever. I'm like, why not just challenge myself, you know, not try to do this show, try to make another show. So I'm going to make the first episode. I'm making a limited series podcast that circles around, you know, my dealings with social anxiety, and also bringing others, you know, talk to therapists or whatever, you know, professional people that knows about anxiety and stuff. So I want to do like a 10 episode series, and it will be released when I get done 10 episodes. But I don't know when it's going to be released, but definitely the first episode. Now, I can do this. I can, for my Patreon listeners, you can listen to the first episode.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Come on, exclusives.
Okay, exclusive, honey, exclusive. All right, you get the first pick. You get the first listen. If you subscribe to the page, it's only $2. But other than that, it won't be posted until I have my full 10 episodes. It could take some time. Okay.
Okay. Very, very NPR.
Yes. Okay.
Good.
I always want to do something different, and I got a network now, so, you know, I want to do, you know,
different things
and do stuff that's timeless. So it's like I could release this podcast 5 years later and it still have resonance, because there's always people that deals with social anxiety, and I want to give. I think one of the main reasons, because we have to do all these projects and talk about like why we're doing it and like what's the plan, what's the game plan. Can I just do it? Because that's the type of person I am. That's the type of creator I am. I'm just like, let me just do it. Like, I'm not writing it down, my plan. So I had to do it. And it didn't dawn on me, because I was talking to my best friend about a lot of things. I talk to people a lot of things. They say, oh, well, you know, anxiety is just another anxiety. Oh my goodness. Like, why is this? It's like we're tacking on new things. We're calling things a thing, but no, it's a real thing. Social anxiety is a real thing. And that's why I'm calling it not another anxiety.
Oh, dope.
So I can't wait for it to come out and for you guys to listen to it, because I know there's when I was talking about it to friends, intimate friends, I'm like, oh my God, like this is so, like this is real. You know, we talk about celebrities all the time here, and you know, talk about the rich and famous and all that good stuff, but you know, to bring something that's more personal to me, and you know, I'll share my backstory because I feel like I have social anxiety. It started when I first realized what it was, and I'm gonna talk about it on the first episode, is like when I did the story with talking about Summer Walker, and you know how harsh I was with it, and I'm gonna look back at that episode, you know, after looking at it and then like, you know what the hell is social anxiety? I looked it up, I'm like, well, damn, I think I might have this too. Like,
I don't like people. Like,
right.
There is a certain level of anxiety. Well, I think we did talk about Summer Walker and about like, girl, if you didn't want to, you know, you can't handle this thing, this is not the right industry for you and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I think we did have a conversation about anxiety is real, and you know, there are times where if you believe that you're an energy person,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes like there are spaces where the energy is flowing and you feel comfortable. And there are some moments when there's like this overwhelming, like either overwhelming presence, personalities, or your insecurities may feel like they're being amplified. And it's all mental. It's all like everything starts and ends in our heads, but it's a real thing.
Yeah.
I don't like being around large groups of people. I don't think I ever really have. I'm a very social person, but I battle anxiety, and I used performing as a way to kind of like attack it. Like when I'm on stage, I can do whatever I want. I don't have to feel, you know, because I know I'm in control of what I'm giving. But when you're just out there in the world, it's just hundreds of people. Like parades and shit used to drive me crazy. I'm from parades. I don't know if y'all have like parades and stuff like that besides like Pride Parade, but like, or Macy's. Like we have parades every year in Louisiana, multiple times, multiple parades. And I used to hate the crowds. I hated the crowds at the fair, you know, but once I'm in my comfort place, don't add no new people.
See, and with my anxieties is different. Like yours is like with crowds. I don't really care about crowds. It's like when we get into like, okay, so class, talk to somebody next to you and tell them what you do, or okay, everybody go around the room and tell us what you major in and all that other like when it comes to talking and meeting new people, I think that's when the social anxiety kicks in.
Encourage interaction.
Yeah, because I'm around crowds. Well, at one point for the pandemic, I was around crowds all the time. I did internships in New York and was going back and forth commuting, seeing a whole bunch of crowds. But it's like I'm not talking to them. They're not knowing who I am. I think one of the major definitions of social anxiety is like the fear of people judging you. Like you think, oh, did I say something stupid? That's why with this show, it's so weird how I'm like this, but then I'm doing a show that's live, you know, where people are watching in, commenting. Go ahead, comment if you want to.
Please,
and you know, reacting and getting some flack. And I want to bring this up too, because we talked about the little mama situation, and it did get we got a little steam. We got a little flack for what I said, and I feel like I need to clarify some things. You know, because I do everything with marketing. You know, I named, because I split up the topics, and I named it.
So what
I named it Straight Fragility. What was it called? Hold on.
Yes.
Straight Fragility drives Lil Mama to start a straight rights movement. Okay. And people listen to it. We got some dislikes, honey. We got some negative comments. And I was like, I did it just like Wendy. Thanks for watching. Okay. Thanks for watching. No, and I don't want people to think that we're talking about all straight people, because you know, there's straight people that are allies, and I feel like I have to say that. But there's straight people that are allies and stuff, and people that understand like what we go through and stuff like that. We're not talking about that. It's just that when the ones that butt into others' lives and dictate what they feel is appropriate or what's not appropriate, which is what we're about to get into. That's where I have a problem. Okay, obviously, you know, but I understand that there's straight people that are not that way. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't have a home to stay in if it wasn't that case. If all straight people were like homophobic or anything like that, because I feel like that was the general consensus of like the negative feedback that I was getting. I'm like, all right, calm down. Okay, I mean, let me just say a hit dog a holler. Like, if you didn't get offended, like I've talked to straight people about this, they didn't get offended. They was like, yeah, exactly. Okay. I'm like, so y'all get it. Like, it's half of y'all that just don't get the shit. And I'm just like, what y'all getting mad for? Right. Guilty conscience. But anyway, speaking of blasphemy, let's get into these hot topics. And I seen you put it at the top of the list. I had it in music, but yeah, whatever. We can start here.
You got to start with the hottest topic. I mean,
start with the hottest. Lil Nas X.
Wow.
Call me when you want. Okay, hold on.
I'm happy for him.
No, I am. It's interesting. I first of all, I did not like the promotion. The promotion was dragging. Like, we knew about this song months, before, and I was like, how this song gonna play out? Like, I don't know. Like, it's he's singing and all that, and he was doing like a bunch of TikTok promotion. And that's the wave now. You gotta do that to promote some music. When we got to the video and the music and just like hearing other parts, because it was only like that little 30-second snippet that we've been hearing. Call me when you want, call me when you need. Like, I was like, okay, all right, I'm hearing this too much. I need to hear the rest of the song. And I pre-added it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listened to the whole thing, then I watched the video. Mm-hmm. Like the visuals, like my best friend was talking about. She was like, "Oh my god, the material!" Like, yes, like it was. Somebody said it was like what my best friend called it. She said, remember the girl from what's that movie called? What is that movie called? The Hunger Games. Remember the one with the wig?
Oh Lord,
Rose Everdeen. Like, it was giving that. Like, he was over here doing lap dance. He was doing the stripper pole, honey, all the way down the hill, honey, and doing lap dances to the devil. Man. What is going on with that?
I gave him a lot of flack early on because I feel like the only issue with Lil Nas X is that I feel like he's being manufactured a little bit. Like, there are artists that are, it's good. You have a team, you have a creative team, and you have like people want to put you in a space where you are gonna, like, whatever you're doing, it's gonna get pressed, it's gonna get promoted, that's what it's supposed to do. And I mean, I'm glad that he's freeing and creating a space for artists who already do that. Like, I think we talked about in the pre-show, I'm thinking like, okay, well, as a rapper, people saying, "Oh, I ain't never seen this before," blah, blah, blah. I said, all these gay rappers and artists out here that are full of wigs and stunts and heels and lashes and all and
content. He has the resources to do this big production.
The difference is that he has a budget and he has a major machine behind him. And like I said in my feature out in Jersey Magazine about other queer artists, like, I want Lil Nas X to be successful. Because that if he proves to be successful, that means that other queer artists may have an opportunity to be really queer and as successful. But also, like, I was watching some of the tweets last night, and I'm like, how easy do we forget about artists like Big Frida, who's been doing this for almost 20 years? Artists like Tyler the Creator, you know what I mean? Like, we have queer artists. He's a queer artist.
Yeah.
Well.
You know what I
mean? But I'm glad that in this particular time, in this space, we do have representation in this market. So I'm happy for Lil Nas X, and I hope that his debut album is successful.
It is supposed to come out in the summer, but and it's good that I'm going to expound on that. What you said about, like, he needs, if he should proven to be like this huge selling artist, then it's going to open the doors for other queer artists. And that's why I said, I was like, he needs to be he can do whatever he wants, but it would behoove him. It would be so nice if his career blows up like a Nicki, because you seen how I can see the pattern of like, okay, labels are like, I don't know how this is going to sell. Seems like, gay rappers or gay artists in hip hop are not really charting that well as opposed to, the heterosexuals. So if we can well, okay.
Over the past 2 years, hip hop artists have topped the charts consecutively. Like there was a moment this year where the top 10 was full of rappers. Every slot had a rapper on it.
Yeah.
Hip hop is the most influential genre of music in the world. Huh?
I'm saying gay rappers though. Like he's opening doors. And he would have to be like, it'd be cool if his career blows up, and then other labels is what we want. Other labels are like, oh my goodness, like I want a Lil Nas X. So now they're gonna start, putting on and signing, and
I just want Kid Ken to get signed and get that major budget and eat everything alive.
Okay.
That's what I want. Shout out to Lil Nas, but I want Kid Ken to, because he's
okay.
Well, I cheer for all the barbs out there chasing their dreams. So
yes, of course. Yeah, Lil Nas X is a barb. There was a lot of barb stand accounts that were saying, oh, okay, he's very much he got the influence, honey. The part where he was doing lap dances on Satan, they were going back and forth with the Anaconda. Right. Yeah, I was like, oh, well, he knows a good inspiration, honey. Okay, good inspiration.
People done gave lap dances, so. But it was a hot video. The song, even though the music may be questionable, the video, the visuals have been on point.
The visuals made it. It's number 3 on YouTube. So, that's really good considering YouTube's algorithm, child. We'll see. Well, I love to see how this is going to play out in the course of the weeks. Hopefully it charts, does something, take up out the. Oh, let me stop. We love Cardi. Cardi, okay, but anyway, we just hope that it charts. We hope that it, this Lil Nas X, it probably is. He has a cult stand them, or what do you call Lil Nas X people? Y'all gonna have to figure out a name.
They're gonna be the demons after this.
Not the demons. And let's talk about it, honey, because I was looking at the general consensus. I mean, it's pretty much mixed reviews. We got people saying yes, like do it, like it's we love it. And it was one thing that I mentioned early on is how at first when I seen the devil, I was like, oh shit, now people gonna start saying stuff. But then I looked at it because your friend had reposted something that brought me to perspective. Like, y'all been calling gay folk demonic, we going to hell, this, that, and the third, all millennia. Okay. So I'm gonna get my ass on a pole, and I'm gonna do a since I'm going to hell, honey. I'm gonna do a lap dance on the devil. Like it's whatever. Like, and I think he took a negative and he made it maybe into a positive, or maybe he took the power back.
Period.
And I've been saying this for years. We need to take the power back. It's not all about canceling people because they say certain things or they do certain things, because we're looked at as, oh, we're sensitive and this PC. Take the power back. That's how we really will change a lot of things. And I love what Lil Nas X did there. And because at first it came off to me like, oh, like you said earlier, like, are they marketing him to be like this, because we've seen that with other artists too, like with Sam Smith. Like Sam Smith, he came in with a different type of style, and then now he's all, voguing and all that other stuff.
They are non-binary now.
Oh well, okay. No, yeah. But I can also relate to, because I know when I first came out, like I felt like I said, this is my best friend. Like I think I understand what Lil Nas X is going through. He's going through the phase, like I say, a new vampire. You get what I'm saying? Like how if you watch Twilight, the new vampires are rambunctious, honey. They're running amok. They're killing everybody. When I first came out, like it was like a power that I wanted to take back, and it was like, yeah, I was popping my neck. I was talking all this slang, and I was very femme. I'm not to say that I'm very masculine now, but I'm just saying like I'm kind of happy medium now. But like beforehand, I was like, girl, no, we ain't doing that. And I wanted to, and I felt like I was just projecting a little bit. because it was like I was ostracized for so long for me being in the closet, and now I'm out. So it just felt like a new day. Like I feel like I could be, whatever I want. Then you come into your own personality eventually.
Right.
And I feel like that's the phases that Lil Nas X is going through. I don't know if he was already out before he became famous, and then he had to look, because you got to come out multiple times. He probably already done came out to his peoples before he was famous, then he got to come out again when he became famous. Child, I'm like,
yeah. Well, you come out to new people all the time, like who don't know,
right?
But yeah, I mean, I think it's great. I think that of course, there's going to be outrage because he's a mainstream artist, and people, the first thing they say is, "What about the kids? You have kids." It's, that
they were listening to Old Town Road, and now you're doing this.
Road, and now you're doing, busting splits, busting it wide open for the devil in hell, and child, it's a music video. I always tell people, as an artist, like, I am not responsible for your children. You are, because you're a parent. I'm not. I'm an artist. I make my music for grown people. I talk about stuff that grown people talk about. Kids should be watching Sesame Street. This is not that.
Everybody gonna issue when he does something. He walks through a door. It's like, oh my God, why he walked through the door like that?
Yeah. So something I posted earlier is like, lovers gonna love you, haters gonna hate you. You have to live your life for you and focus on yourself. Like, focus on your journey. And if he's happy, then more power to him. More power and more success to him.
And that's what it's all about. We love to see it. Right. What did he say? We're all gonna buy it.
Love the new single. We're all gonna buy it. Thank you.
Okay. Oh my God! Yes. Shout out to Lil Nas X.
What else is going on?
Saweetie has been in the news lately. Now I know if we found out that she broke up with Quavo. She appeared on this internet talk show hosted by Justin LaBoy. Okay, there it was featured. Her ex was there, Justin Cobbs or whatever, and people Combs. Okay, well, all right. Lots of chemistry. A lot of people talking like, "Ooh, why were they looking like the cameras going back and forth like it's being a little messy?" Like that show is messy. It's a messy show. We love it. We love to see it. And the chemistry was there. So people like took to social media like, "Sweetie, what's going on? Did you, honey?" They were saying Quavo punching at the air right now. Sweetie took to social media where she announced that the relationship with Quavo was over, and that it was because things were unfaithful. And they kind of went back and forth because I know Quavo came out and was like, yeah, she became the person I didn't think she was, and this, that, and third. And Sweetie replied with okay, take care.
Yeah, I saw that.
Take care. Okay. I love this because before, Sweetie, I don't know, she didn't have no depth to me. Like, I feel like this was very much character development. Hearing her, I listened to the whole interview and I was like, wow, okay, she really is doing some shit. When he asked her, like, if your man was doing the right thing, and you got to pick who y'all gonna do a threesome with. She said, I'll let him pick whatever guy. I'm like, period. Okay, period. Okay, because dudes don't like it when you turn it around on them. Okay, all right, yeah, saying y'all ain't the only one that like threesomes.
Right. Well,
it started a lot of conversations like, oh no, if it's two men, then it's a train. Like, okay.
I ain't never seen no two caboose, but okay. But yeah, shout out to her. I actually saw her. She posted it was like an IG live or IG or reel, not a reel, but like she made this 5 steps to getting over a fuckboy.
Ooh.
I watched. Yeah, I'm gonna send that to you. It was really really enlightening. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Quavo is probably biting the air right now. Hopefully it'll make him write a decent song.
Yeah, he already alluded to that, talking about something he writing up. What you writing?
We'd love to hear it.
Because, honey, if you ever try to do some shit like you did with Nicki, like with that album, and that shit flopped. Like, remember he did that? We're talking all that stuff like, oh, Nicki was doing this to me and this, that, and the third.
Don't even remember the song, child.
Don't even remember the album. Okay, what is it called?
I don't recall.
Y'all, you better get with Migos again, child. Because, honey, Saweetie is hot shit right now. So it's like, girl, you fumbled the bag, sir. You fumbled the bag. And that's what it really boils down to.
A lot of rap men do that. It's crazy. Yeah. Or a lot of men in the industry, they have like these girls that are like newcomers, and then like as their success happens, like they tend to like diminish, and then they act out or they get caught doing stupid shit, and then they lose the girl, and the girl just
not Jay-Z.
And then the dude just fades away.
Oh my God, just say it.
He was smart. He knew how to apologize. He was gonna keep his
right.
You lose Beyonce, you a dummy.
Okay, we almost at the billion, so hold on.
Right. Wait a minute, Holiday. Hold on, Holiday.
All right.
But I think it was good for her to take back her power, and for anybody who's in a relationship where you have created boundaries. Doesn't matter if you're famous, wealthy, or not.
Yeah.
Like what you do in your private life is has a different sort of impact than your public persona or who you are as a rapper or a singer or actress, model, whatever. And I think that she's setting a good example for girls and boys who are in those types of relationships.
Right.
And you know, sometimes it's okay. Like you can walk away and not be bitter.
Yeah.
Not be, man's like, hey, you did what you did. I'm gonna move in a different direction, and God bless.
They didn't even bring it up until it was kind of addressed. Like they was like, why is she acting like this? Like
they're not together no more. Like she was like, oh yeah,
yeah. Even make an announcement. Okay, so they had no intention of telling anybody, which is mature. Quavo. I think Quavo
until we would have saw her pop up with another dude.
Oh, right. It's like, okay.
Wait a minute.
I was watching the Joe Budden podcast. It was like, oh no, my exes ain't. He was like, my exes ain't hanging out. My ex ain't hanging out with her ex. I'm like, what? Not, honey. You don't have control. You damn sure ain't got control because y'all not together no more.
Period.
But damn, okay. Because it looks away. I'm like, okay, but y'all be doing the same thing.
Well,
men had to really sit back this week because that whole thing with the Derek Jax thing.
Derek Jackson.
Jackson, yeah.
It's crazy. Like he's the one that cheated. He's been out here trying to tell other folks how to run their relationships and have a healthy relationship. But you're the one that out here cheating on your wife. And
according to Tasha K, still doing it.
Right. But the odd part for me, it went from him being exposed as a fraud to people jumping on her for how she looks. And I was just like, it's getting weird. Like y'all are weird.
Yeah, like what do you mean?
Because how she dresses or whatever, and
all
that stuff. I'm like, well, what they got to do with her getting cheated on? Like they've known each other since high school. She's probably always been this way. She was a normal person, just a regular average person. He was a normal, average, regular person too. The only difference is that he got some clout for being a pseudo life coach, and she was supposed to change it to an Instagram model overnight or something. Like it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I don't care about Derek Jackson. Never have. I mean, I feel like this moment for him was coming soon anyway. So it happened. But the part that tripped me out was her getting on Instagram and trying to preach.
Yeah, I was like, let me just tell you, we in war. We're in war. I'm like,
no, girl, you're in war. You're in a war, and you need to focus on your family. And
that was after the Tasha K's video. She was saying she was pulling out all types of receipts. She was talking to the girl, the mistress, apparently. Them pictures that he was taking, them videos where he was sitting there making them damn videos. In
the parking lot of her job.
He was like, oh no, yeah, I have that balcony right there. That's my house right there. Very recent. I'm like, oh shit.
He may have a sex addiction. We'll see if that's going to be his excuse.
Yeah, we'll okay. That's going to be the next thing, child. That's everybody's story, child. Everybody done said it.
I'm addicted to sex. No, nigga, you addicted to being Single. Just go single. Like,
we'll see what happens, child. We'll see what happens. Another, like, we doing the little stories before we get into the big ones. It really wasn't much this week. They were talking about you heard about the what's his name? Kirk Franklin situation?
Oh, his son.
Yeah, they said his son is the story was his son released like the audio clips of Kirk Franklin like cursing him out, which my whole thing with that was, I mean, that's a parent, honey. I mean, you disrespect the parent, you know what I'm saying? They supposed to act holy, I guess, because he's like a Christian man. That's why he had to come out and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it. It was out of character and stuff like that.
No, fuck that. I said what I said. That's my son, and he a grown ass man.
But
still saves. That's what he should have said.
Yeah, but Tasha K, and I know she's not really. People don't really, think she's right with certain things. But there was talk that, well, even it's coming from his camp, the Sons, that he was touched by one of the preachers, and people were speculating, possibly, allegedly, that it was Kirk Franklin. I was listening to.
But who was touched by a preacher?
The son was touched by. Well, they said, the
son was touched by Kirk.
That was one of the rumors, or some other preacher. Yeah, it's that's the rumor that's going around. That's when Tasha K had asked, because she talked to the person. She actually called the son. He hung up in her face because because she did an interview with LA some kind of other commentator that was close to the family. That's out now. But she was interviewing, saying like, yeah, well, there's speculation that it could have been either Kirk Franklin or like another preacher in the church, and dude confirmed it. Like, I was like, oh, okay, well, we need to get to the bottom of this. If that's the reason, then that kid is, he was crying out for help. Like, no one is listening to him, so we can see why he's doing all this stuff. And on the flip side, he could all just be doing this for clout, but we don't know.
Right.
But yeah. I don't want to talk too much about it because, like, this is all speculation land. I don't really talk too much of it's speculation. We ain't gonna get into it that hard. But one other thing that I wanted to talk about was Rosie O'Donnell. I don't think I ever talked about her before, but she was trending the other day because she was talking about your fave. Yeah,
she brought up the Queen,
honey. Yes, in a discussion on the Hot Takes Deep Dives podcast Monday, Rosie O'Donnell claimed that Whitney Houston was conflicted by her conservative culture values, and essentially said that she struggled with her sexuality. We knew this already, but take a look at this. There's a little snippet. Hold on, let me get it ready. I got it. Now, why is it loading? Hold on, guys.
What was said?
What was said? Why is it reloading? Why would we do that? Oh, wow. Okay, here it goes.
One of the most infamous episodes of the Rosie O'Donnell show was when Whitney Houston no-showed. What is the backstory there? She wouldn't leave her hotel room?
And it was Halloween. And I remember thinking, well, isn't she going to take her kid trick-or-treating? Like, that's what I was thinking, because she had a baby who sadly is gone now, too, the same age as my kids. And I remember thinking, well, surely she's going to get up and go take the kid trick-or-treating. Like, I don't know why this was in my head. And, she was at that time really downward spiral with drugs. And it was obvious to anyone who was watching her. There was a horrible performance on the AMAs or something. Do you remember that, when she had on, she was so skinny and she looked so much like an addict in the throes of it. And she had produced Cinderella for Brandy.
Yes.
And she was showing, it was the whole hour was her and Brandy on Cinderella, and she didn't show up. So I said to her crew, who was already there, I said, this is all on all of you, because when she dies, everyone's going to ask, why didn't you do something? And Robin, who was her partner for a while, she has had written me and told me that was like a very big day for them, the crew around her to think that they had to make inroads to try to help her, you know? And sadly they didn't.
You were close friends with Robin Crawford.
No, I know Robin. I wasn't close friends, but we sat near each other at the WNBA games. We had some mutual friends in common. I knew she knew I was gay. We were like, you know, but we didn't like hang out together. But there was one party that we were there I was there, that she and Whitney were at, and in New York City, I believe it was. And that's where I met Robin. And, you know, I don't know. It's not like gay people meet each other and they all of a sudden, you know, like, and Whitney was troubled by, I think, the gay part of her life. And you know, didn't want it exposed. And it's hard in Black culture to accept gayness. It's culturally more difficult, I think.
Yes.
And so she was, and you know, the church, Catholic Church thing, the Baptist church, whatever, that weighed heavily on her growing up in the church and gospel and singing. And, you know, I think that there was a lot of conflict about that.
Well, I mean, they about to get her like they got Patti LaBelle when she brought up that.
About Luther. I mean, but Rosie's not wrong. I mean, I wish that people would just let Whitney rest in peace, but that
was a lot of.
Yeah, but that's just part of. That's just part of being a legend. You know, when you look up the word legend, or when we think about legends are literally the stories of, you know, former greats, and the life that they lead is so magnanimous that it doesn't seem like it could be real. Like they just seem like fairy tales. They seem like myths. And, you know, people are going to be talking about Whitney Houston for the next 100, 200 years as the voice. She's like a goddess at this point. If we were back in Greece, like Whitney's it's like a goddess of music.
Okay.
You know, and, you know, there are other greats and things like, you know, like Aretha and the Mahalia Jacksons, like she's in that realm with them. And, you know, when people die and they're no longer in the spotlight, or they no longer have the same machine behind them to control what people see and what we know of them and how they are packaged for us, the truth is the only thing that's really going to be sustained. And the truth is, even as a fan, like, it was hard to come to terms with, but Whitney was struggling like a lot of other people struggle. And Rosie is correct that it is very hard in our community, especially Black American community, where, you know, Christianity is like a norm, and it teaches us to hate parts of ourselves in order to be accepted by God, which actually is anti-Christian, because that's not what Christ taught. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know, she's that church girl, just like those other PKs that, you know, go out in the world and do what they do and experience themselves. That it can be an internal challenge. And so, yeah, I believe Rosie, and I agree with her that it is difficult.
Yeah, what I thought it was interesting, what she said was, you know, yeah, it's hard in the Black culture to accept gayness, and I think that's where it boiled down to. With Whitney, it was so unfortunate to see, you know, she wasn't able to be herself, like, all the way up until her untimely death. Like, it was just, you know, the way we living now, I felt like she probably would have embraced it if she would have, you know, stayed alive. We love you, Whitney.
We love you, Whitney. We love you.
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. And to the people that's saying, you know, oh my God, like, you know how Black folks are. Don't sit there and talk about her business and stuff like that. That's her business. And I'm like, I mean, she's saying exactly what, like, y'all still, some people did not know. And same thing with Luther Vandross. Like, you ain't gonna do that to Luther. Don't do that to Luther. I'm like, well, I mean, that's just a part of him. That's a part of his is what it is. It's not anything disrespectful.
Yeah. Well, my mom always told me that, you're entitled to tell your story your way, tell your own story when you're recounting your experiences. And if Rosie was coming, and I don't think she was doing it from a place of malice or a way to demean Whitney's legacy. I think she was just sharing her experience of her interactions with Whitney's partner and friend. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that the fact that it only saddens me that for female artists in particular, that like the ones that don't get a chance to have a reclamation story or have a chance to like rise from the ashes and like have like that redemption story or finale, like I'm sad that she didn't get a chance to do that. But like nobody's talking about Mariah Carey being an alcoholic.
Oh, okay.
And and things like that. And we've seen tragic performances from her too. But she survived, and she was able to get in a space where she could share her story herself, and allowed us to see her as more human. And I think that takes a little bit more of the pressure off of artists. Whitney Houston, around the time she's talking about the AMAs, like, child, Whitney has so much other stuff going on personally with like the whole Bobby situation, and
that's when they did the tribute,
right?
So,
right, and around that time was when things were actually about to were being made more public. This is before TMZ. This is when Whitney was popping up on all of the tabloid magazines at the grocery store. The bags for her were on the cover.
Wendy.
Right. Wendy, all that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, the time was different. And I just wish that she had a chance to recover and have her Tina Turner type of success.
Right.
I mean, like, do this shit for 30, 40, 50 years, get clean, get a clean break, a fresh start. And, I wish that was the case, but it's not.
Unfortunately, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, that just shows that we still have so much work to do. It's like,
and I thought it was an interesting conversation to have had. With Rosie O'Donnell. Like I said, we don't talk about her at all. Like it's where you been, girl? It was just refreshing to see her trending, child. I was like, okay, for a little bit. But yeah, let's move on. I want to talk about the Joe Budden podcast on a Trouble in Podcast Paradise. Child. Well, this bothered me though. This did bother me because I watched their show a lot. And when you watch a show for a long time, you get into the chemistry of people. Like you get that, like it's like oh my, like something to watch. I used to watch it when I drink a little bit and see what's going on in the straight tea, because straight people got tea, honey. They got tea too, like straight men. I'm like, okay, because he used to get into it. He'll talk about Tekashi or something like that, or something that somebody said. That's where
right?
Yeah, straight men. They got tea too. It'd be tea. But he named, first of all, okay, so let's just talk about it. Joe Budden finally addressed speculations that podcast hosts Rory and Mal are leaving the popular show topic on Twitter or whatever. Now, fans noticed Rory and Mal's MIA in the recent episode. This is where, the episode where he was talking about the Grammys and stuff like that. Rumors that had it that if it was fueled because of money, DJ Academics was like popping his gums, talking about like, yeah, like they talking about money and this, that, and the third day they want more money or something like that. Well, he spoke on the rumors and named his episode Tea Leaves. I'm like, okay, Joe Budden he's so petty. But anyway, this is what he had to say. It's a little snippet.
intervene. I can't allow it. I got to get on top of that. So when 6 weeks in a row happened of Rory challenging me to a fight and his hands, and me not being so comfortable in that because I don't necessarily play like that, and I'm listening back, and to me I'm being expressive saying, yo man, I don't play like that with my friends. And on the playback I hear him say, yeah, but what if we not friends? Whoa, I got to take a look at that. That's for Joe to pause. That ain't for me to think that we in podcast showy, chucky, ka, kiki, kaka, game time. What if we not friends? Excuse me? I intervene.
Yeah, and it goes on. You know, Joe likes to talk, honey. He like you gotta force the information out of him. So later on in the episode, he brought up that, you know, after that encounter, him like, you know, them always saying that because they have this running joke that like Joe Budden is gonna fight Rory because, you know, they don't really agree on certain things. Banter. That's why I looked at it, because I'm a pod. We have banter. We say things, but what got him was when he heard that on the playback, he asked Rory to not come, like, you know, just take a pause, you know, sit this one out. And Maul rallied to him and was like, oh, what you telling him? Who you think you are? Tell him to sit out for something. So I'm sitting out too. So they both went on strike and they didn't show up to the show. And, you know, originally, because I'm gullible as hell, when I've seen the episode when they weren't there, I'm like, oh, he said they're on vacation. I'm like, that's weird that they both on vacation. I'm like, okay. Then it comes to people was like, they weren't believing that. My whole thing is, you know, when you get on a show and like I just brought up, it's banter. And I think there's certain things, because there's certain things, honey, I listen to playback. There's certain things I hear that you say. I hear the people that I had as guests on say that was a little, okay. But
for the record,
the
record, I said what I said.
Okay, and there's some things that I said, and you know, it's a show. We got to make this entertaining. We got to get some butts in the seats, okay? And it's people love the witty banter going back and forth with certain topics, and I think, you know, Joe kind of got a little offended, and I'm like, you can't get offended. I mean, like, I didn't think it was because they joke so much. It's like, I don't know what's real or not. Now, him saying that, what if we're not friends? I'm like, okay, then you shouldn't be joking around like that. If you over here saying we're jokingly talking about fighting and you saying that we're not friends, I'm like, what's going on here? But I don't know. I feel like I see both sides. What?
Right. Well, I just found the clip, so I want to hear it.
What clip?
I found the clip of Rory chunking with.
Hold on. Lit one up at the end, real nigga shit. All that nigga did was hug you and whisper in your ear. That was my mom. That was my mom. It wasn't your mom hugging you. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, but you can laugh at me if at the end of that I was like, yo, why was I ever smoking? No, I lit one up at the end, real nigga shit. That's why I was laughing. Rory is saying that confidence is being stolen from his chest. Yeah, I want to know more about this. You think Rory harbors confidence in his chest? As hard as there. Yeah, I could easily knock you out. I'm confident about that. I offer to fight you every week. But you want to talk about confidence? Right here. It comes from right here. You better stop talking to me with the fiber pills like that. First of all. Yo, finish the story, man. I want to know about the chords, man. I just think it's hilarious that he think a fiber pill don't mean his whole fucking face could get pushed in. I want to know about the rest of the chords. Give me the rest of the chords, man. Tell me about the chords. What did your neck hurt? My neck didn't actually have anything. Back of my neck had some chakras that were kind of crazy. Forehead, symbolizing no.
But yeah, child.
Oh, what's the part like, oh, what if we're not friends? I'm like, I didn't. Maybe it was more to the story.
That was I ain't find that part, but they sent the clip about him.
I mean, it did seem a little frisky right there. I'm like, okay.
I'm gonna send you the video so you can watch it yourself. But
yeah. Because I didn't see that. I didn't see this. I know they joke around, but I know that's the running joke. Like, you know, I mean, with Maul, like him, Joe and Maul, they get into it. It's all jokes. It's all laughs. You know, no one's. From what I thought, I didn't think anybody was taking it seriously. But they always ripping on each other. Like that's the point of the show. Like y'all say y'all topics and then y'all make fun of each other for saying certain things, and that's just basically what the show is. I do know one thing though. Y'all gotta kiss and make up because I'm not sure about these co-hosts that you got on there now. It's and and Joe. I think Joe knows this too because I feel like we know Joe to be the type to be like, I don't give a fuck about shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Leave if y'all want to. It seemed like he was like, well, the door's always open and the seat's always here. When they ready to come back, they can come back. Like it seemed like he doesn't want them to go either. And we understand, like, you know what I'm saying? The people that he has on there, first of all, ain't permanent because one of them don't even want to be on there. And it shows when you're watching it. Other one is like new. But like the thing is, I like these three people. You get what I'm saying? I don't know how the fans are. It's almost like the whole thing with and Kaya. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I stopped watching Queen Supreme Court after Kaya left.
Did you?
I did because you know what? I felt like they had a chemistry. And that's why TS kind of stopped with it too. Like she stopped with it because it wasn't getting anywhere after she left. And I know Kaya is like not like a good person. She is homophobic, transphobic, you name it. Well, we found out about that later. After they had a dispute. But I mean, okay, there was always inklings, but still. But Kaya
ain't changed in 10 years.
They had a good run, and that shit. I was literally watching that every Monday because it wasn't just Kaya, and it was because I don't listen to Gag Order, and it wasn't just T.S. Madison. It was the both of them together. It just made
Gag Order is funny still.
I mean, I ain't watching
it, but she's entertaining. I would say Kaya is problematic, but she's entertaining.
In some instances, I like to see us as we're almost like the Queen's Court too. Like, I feel like I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm TS, but you're not Kaya though, because you don't really go in like that. You don't go in like that.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. That was like
not anymore. Okay.
We don't really talk about anything that really gets me heated unless it's like people doing and saying stupid shit.
Oh, hello.
I don't care about most of these folks.
But like I said, it's what they bring, what they both put into the table, and I feel like after that left, I was like, okay, well, you have to think of something else because this y'all doing y'all separate shows. It's just not. It's not
hit. Too much to keep up with.
Huh?
I said you got to split up. Now I got to watch 2 shows to get the same.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, I don't know. Yeah, but I'm glad T.S. Madison got her show now. I'm glad she got her show on TV, and it looks pretty. It looks good. Like I said, like when shows break up, it's kind of like it's really hard making a show where there's other people on it. Like I don't know what the damn talk is going to do because they talk about firing Sharon. I'm like, damn, Sharon was there for like years.
Yeah, well, everybody has their season.
Everybody has their season.
Everybody has their season. Sometimes it's just if it works, it works. But when it doesn't work anymore, you just gotta pack it up, and move on. So
I just don't want the show to lack. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it will. They've gone through changes before.
Mm-hmm.
They've gone through many changes over the past 10. Yeah, they started in 2010. So yeah, they're almost approaching their 11th season.
The talk started in 2010.
Yeah, the talk started when. Okay, so quick story. Hold on.
I thought they was around the view.
No, they ain't been here for 20 years. So, interesting story. So I graduated. Remember, I told you I graduated Grambling in 2010, and I ended up moving to LA and working Entertainment Tonight. And during that time, I was interning under Brad Bessie, who is the executive producer of the talk. Like 3 weeks into my internship, he announced that he was leaving because he was a co-producer for Entertainment Tonight, but he was leaving because they greenlit him having his own show that he was going to be producing, a new talk show. Talk. So that was that season was when they started, I was at CBS when the talk started.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I think that's when they had with Sharon Osbourne, Holly Robinson, Pete, Sarah Gilbert.
I also didn't like the rival that they had with The View. Like they would say like, oh yeah, they argue all the time. Because I'm Team View.
The View became really political.
I went there 2 times. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen Whoopi. I was like, Whoopi. Nah, like I did not like when they were like, yeah, they argue all the time and they're mean. I'm like, y'all just come on now. I feel like they're like the real's grandma. Like they don't really go in that much. That's why this whole situation with the Meghan Markle and Sharon Osbourne thing, that's the hottest thing that they ever did, in my opinion.
Yeah, Cheryl Underwood taking her wig off.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was a whole era of her just wearing afros and stuff.
And she decided to take off that wig and showed them cornrows. Ain't no way.
I don't think I ever watched a single episode. Like I always watch clips if things went.
One episode of the talk.
But like, nah, I don't mind that The View always get political. I mean, it's always been political, kind of, right?
It hasn't always been that way, but it took a turn.
Really? What they were talking about?
It took a turn, I think, when Rosie was the moderator.
Yeah.
And then it started taking a turn.
What they were talking about?
And that's when the whole Donald Trump making a comment calling her a dog.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like that. So it did take a turn where things became more political, and they would talk about
their producers used to be shady. I watched old clips. I'm like, why are they not going to the commercial break? Rosie O'Donnell and this other girl, I forgot her name, was arguing back and forth. I'm like, dang. Her and Whoopi used to get into it.
Who, Elizabeth Hasselbeck?
Yes, that's the girl. Ooh, what was that? Honey, my ears. But no, it was good times. Oh, I feel we got off track, honey.
We're the train. We always on track.
Okay, we're gonna move on to news and music because that's what we're getting into. Okay, we already talked about Lil Nas X's new song. We love it. Latasha, girlfriend, confirms that there's going to be an escape in SWV versus battle. I am here for it.
Right?
Huh?
We're April 9th, right? Or April 10th.
But I was like, damn, they got 10 hits.
Boy, is you crazy? Who got
SWV?
Yeah, I think you just they do.
Not yeah. Well,
not allegedly, they do. You had to be there. You weren't there.
No, I had to be. First of all, I did my homework.
Well, if you did your homework, then you would know they got.
Hold on.
Hits, okay, you're the one week. I'm so into you. Right here, rain, candy, anything, someone. Use your. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay. Okay.
Week in the deep. Okay. All right. Okay. An escape.
What about them?
I think Escape not gonna. Okay, well now that you put that into perspective, yeah, they do got a little bit more hits, but well, shit. Then what the Escape have? Then shit. Hold on, let me look them up.
Woo, child, you missed the '90s. That's all I can say.
Ain't no, I missed the '90s. First of all,
Jazz kicking it, feels so good. My little secret, love on my mind.
Just read it off the first 10.
Do you want to? Am I dreaming? Can't hang. Keep on, keeping on. I'm just saying, like man, so this battle is not for people who were born after 96. Okay,
don't do me.
It's not like it's just not because you had to be there. Like if you weren't,
you had to be there.
No, I'm serious. Like maybe a SWV versus Escape battle for people my age. I'm like 33. Is almost would be the same as like if maybe Destiny's Child and TLC had well, no, they all kind of at the same time. Like TLC and Destiny's Child had a versus, or if like 3LW had a versus with
But I can see that though. I can see a TLC in Destiny's Child because I've seen
Cheetah Girls.
I've seen this.
I'm like, I don't know who they would be battling to. After a while, girl groups kind of the girl groups kind of started flopping after that. After Destiny's Child kind of took over, you had Black and 702 and things like that. But they all kind of faded and like
they not even on Apple Music. Some of them,
right? They just kind of disappeared. And you was like, damn, girl group. And then you had the big burst, the big boom of the big girl groups like the Pussycat Dolls and Danny Kane, or something like that. So like Pussycat Doll, Danny Kane esque kind of battle.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna watch it because I love a good R&B. It's gonna be on Triller, which is they've always did verses on Triller. Like that's come to my knowledge. I didn't know that.
Triller's gonna be live. They're gonna be live on Triller.
Yeah,
I didn't know they could do that now.
Yeah, with it. Yeah, well, it's gonna be on IG Live. I think that's if they're gonna be in person. With the COVID tests and all that. But I'm gonna see about it. You know what I'm saying? Like she really confirmed it out of nowhere. Like that TMZ person got a raise that day. Okay, because we had no idea they was doing this. And Candy posted it, so I was like, okay, can't be participating. Okay,
that means the check cleared.
Because Candy was.
Candy come. How much they paying?
I'm a working actress.
Right.
Okay, we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be a lot of laughs. I hope Candy better not start crying, girl. Because I just feel. Because really, you girls were really. Who do you think is gonna win though? I do think. Damn, I don't know.
Gonna win?
It might not be. It might not even be that because I feel like after watching a lot of people like do comments on like they there was like other versus battles that weren't like as big as the ones that we and they said I feel like one of those verses where it's not who's gonna win. It's just like listening to two different people from the same time, two different artists from the same time, and just the remembrance of that. And I think that's why versus is what it is. I don't think this is the one where it's like who won, like the whole Jeezy and fucking what's his name, Gucci Man. Like, oh my god, like who you think won? Child, we all know who won. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see it. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna tell you. You know what I want to do? I want to do a live reaction, and we can do this with Restream. But I'm not. Yes. I would have to find it on YouTube or something like that, and we'll share the screen. I just have to figure out this reverb problem. But once I get that down, I'm like, shit, let's do a live reaction. You get what I'm saying? Something different for the show. But speaking of verses, Trina said she'll agree to do a verses with Lil Kim. I don't know.
I'm sorry, what?
Look, she said she'll do a verses with Lil Kim, honey.
Katrina Laverne Taylor. Girl, she ain't got about maybe 6 or 7 songs that people know.
5.
I'm like, Trina.
5 for 5.
That would have to be a battle with other people.
She better do a verses with damn near Kanye. Yo, that shit. Yo, I can't. I don't really know. Trina, I mean, girl.
Now that's the verses I would pull up for.
Right, you already know.
On live together, I'd be like,
somebody getting shot. So who gonna pop off first?
Like, damn, this is better than Keisha Cole and Ashanti.
Ooh. Oh no, there was no beef with. There was beef with them.
Not beef, but that shit was funny watching it. It's like, I'm about to play my. No, you're not.
Okay.
No,
okay. She was like, yo, oh my goodness. And it was really the first part when she came in. She's like, oh, you go first. Oh, okay. All right, go please. I'm like, damn.
I mean, late.
Late as hell. Now, why she block you?
Child, Keisha Cole has had me blocked since 2013. And
telling people that she over selling fish sandwiches.
Well, I mean, listen. Allegedly. If she was smart, she would start a soul food catering business. That's what people expect her to be doing anyway. So apparently, let me give you out the tea real quick. Those who don't know what was going on. So last week, I think, was it last week that she announced that she was retiring? And people were like, okay, girl.
Okay.
So I'm like, you just did a versus and then you announcing you retiring. You should have announced your retirement before you did the versus. That way people would have bought your music more. Because because the verses, when the artists do verses now, they get playlisted. They get a whole playlist on like Apple Music or and iTunes or something like that. So people like their music goes up. You know what I mean? But she's still a piece of shit.
Oh my God. Yummy. What she do?
She was just rude and nasty. I think what it was during the whole situation where she came from Michelle after the Super Bowl and people were dragging her online. I think I like retweeted something. Michelle Williams.
Okay.
Saying that, we in the groove and then here come Michelle fucking it up or whatever. She tweeted that.
Oh yeah.
And then like maybe a week or two after that, Bow Down came out.
And she probably got mad. She probably was like, you ain't talking about it.
Right. And then Keisha was like, so we supposed to believe she about sisterhood and female empowerment, but now we all bitches and we gotta bow down and blah blah. And the Beehive started dragging. And at that time, I still had my active membership card in the Beehive. And so we dragged her. And she blocked us. And we kept dragging her. And I drug her so hard. I went back. You can literally go on Twitter and search like the Derek Doll : Keisha Cole, all one word, and it'll show like what was said.
Oh my God.
I said what
Not you said what you said. Well, no, I remember she was clout chasing a lot. I remember and also like albums out now. I'm like, okay. And like I said, she really fumbles a rollout and it shows. It just, you should retire. See you later. Maybe she do acting. Acting, I can see her in some roles.
Who?
Ooh, not who. Anyway, honey, Rihanna want to do a song with Carisha.
Carisha!
Well, give us something. Give us something. I mean, at this point, I could take anything. Just give us some Rihanna new music, okay? Just give us some new music. All right. Go ahead. Go with Carisha. Even though she's gonna rap off beat and all that other stuff, just go ahead. Because I don't
know what this song will be like. I'm in my head. I'm thinking like Rihanna is chaotic, so I'm like, yeah. Of all the people on that fucking meme to choose, Carisha.
And don't just give us a chorus. Best make me believe it. Believe it. Like this is it. That's all you're getting. Full price still. Like, come on, Riri. I know you're a businesswoman, honey. You was a billionaire, right? She made it to the billion, or
who?
She made it on, like, I know she made it on Forbes. Did she make it? She made a lot of money with this.
I don't know. I just want
success with Fenty Skin and Fenty Savage and all that. But we ready for this music. And if this is gonna be the last one, you just do it. Look at me trying to rush her, child. We probably ain't never gonna get it.
We'll get it eventually. When we get it, we'll be happy for it, and then she'll starve us for another 10 years.
Okay.
Some more makeup. Maybe she'll.
There was a time she used to give us an album yearly. And I think that put a hold on her. Because I'm these songs yearly. I'm doing a new song, a new album, not song yearly, album. She used to come out with albums yearly. At one point. And it kind of slowed down. After Antsy, that was it. She was like, look. That's all y'all doing. I'm doing other shit. You get girl done became a whole. She stole Carly's career.
The Avon lady came and shut down. She came and shut down Victoria's Secret.
Shut down Victoria's Secret. Okay.
The power she has. Oh, Rihanna, she's a mood.
Because the fashion show was better than that little winged. Y'all just wearing bathing suits in the wings. Rihanna actually had performances, plural, and she incorporated guys like some of the guys' underwear in there. This shit $6. First of all, I'm so mad.
Mad
Like, I want my Savage underwear.
You didn't get it? Oh, they still sold out?
They're not even selling the underwear pieces. I don't even see it on the website. All I see is the robe.
Come on, sold out. Come on, sold out collections.
Like, come on now. But Rihanna, I love Rihanna. If she's gonna do a song with Carisha, it's gonna be good. Like, I know I made that joke. Is Carisha gonna rap on beat? Look, it's gonna be good. Carisha's definitely Young Miami has definitely came a long way with her raps, and it'll be some cute thing. It'll be something cute, you know.
Yeah, I think she got a metronome now, so she keeps going.
Not a metronome. I need you to stop. Nicki Minaj, she signed a radio deal and has removed Queen in the Trolls merch from her website. So
we getting a new era, bitch.
This is looking like a new era.
She posted too. The Young Money site posted a video saying that she's like, I want you've been warned.
And the documentary, I think, and that'll be like, I feel like that the documentary, that's just like the ending of the Queen era, because this was it's set to come out very soon.
But it's one of the pink print. I guess it's the pink print ends in the Queen era, the documentary.
Yeah, I mean, this is where she made this. It's going to show scenes where she was making the songs that we all listen to. So I'm here for it. I want the documentary, please. like, come on.
The documentation of the hate train is gonna be interesting to watch. Like,
yeah, HBO Max, y'all doing the thing. Y'all doing the damn thing, honey. Y'all stealing all these bitches' jobs. First of all, see you, but like y'all stealing careers. Cause Marvel, I heard Marvel's stealing.
Are they?
Well, I've been watching a couple videos, and
all Marvel now.
First of all, Black Widow is supposed to be, and this is a little bit of nerd talk now. Marvel is Disney decided to take Black Widow off the theaters and make it and put it on Disney Plus with stream premiere service. I don't know. That seems real calculated. It was like right after this Zack Snyder's Justice League, because that came out a week ago. Everybody was ranting and raving about it. Everyone loved it. I seen it. It was 4 hours of mess, but I loved it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm Team Marvel, but that was a good. That they did justice to that damn Justice League movie, because I don't know what the hell they did before. But I hate that. I hate that now we're getting like director's cuts because they did it wrong the first time.
Right.
Like, I don't understand. But look, Disney, if y'all have like a director's cut of any Star Wars movies, please just go ahead and release that, because we need something better than what y'all put out. But it caused Marvel to put out Black Widow and Cruella. That's supposed to be like a Dalmatians movie. That's
yeah.
They're like, look, we're not banking on it. And look, to be honest, Black Widow is not really, we're not really checking for it. That's a dead character, and this is going to be like a backstory. So we want things in the future. I mean, the Falcon and I've been watching 2 of the episodes of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The
new episode came out this morning, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I like how it battles with, it talks about race. Like I've always assumed like, slavery and all that. Maybe it just never happened in that universe, but it was kind of hinted in Black Panther in the beginning. And we see that, not to give you any spoilers, but there's a lot of things, there's a lot of messed up shit that went on. I'm like, damn. I was like, because I had to look at because I watched the episode, the YouTube videos that how it relates to comic books and where this reference came from, and I'm like, damn.
I'm glad that these shows have actually gotten people more into comic culture. Like,
yeah,
because you watch it and it's entertaining, but you're like, I want to know the backstory, like, so I don't miss any jokes. I don't want to miss, these lines, or when they start talking about, you have flashbacks, like, what the fuck are they talking about? So now you gotta want to go back and research. So it's like, damn, I need to start buying some comic books now. Let me go to Amazon and see if they got some old comics I can read and catch up.
Not some old comic books. Oh my goodness. I wish I was like, I kind of was into comics growing up. Like I was a retro kid, child. I was into that stuff. I was like, oh my God, always want to go to comic store. But like, it was hard because when I was growing up, that's when comic books kind of like, it's hard to get this book because first of all, this book costs like $20, $50 because they putting it up in the bag and you can't really read it unless you try to find the copies. I remember they used to put the copies of Spider-Man comic. That's where I first started reading comic books. That was the first hero that I read was Spider-Man because they used to put the copies in the newspapers. But they ended up stopped doing that, and I had to end up going to the comic book store. They're starting to close down now. Like I'm like, damn. Now all the stuff is online now, you know. But I'm old. I don't got time for comic books. Like I need to watch this in the show. All that reading.
Everything's digital now.
Everything's digital. I was watching at one point when I was in high school because I took a comic book class. Like it was talking about extracurricular, and I found out there was like a black Spider-Man. That's how I found out about Miles Morales as Spider-Man. I was like, oh wow. So to see it in the big screen, it was interesting. You know, that was our nerd out. That was my nerd out moment real quick. You know what I'm saying? You know, I love talking about MCU and all that heroes and stuff. We can get right into reality check because, honey, I'm ready to get this food.
Hungry?
Yes, I had got food from the calf, but I'm not feeling that. I think I want to get some Uber Eats because, and I don't want to spend my stimmy. But like, if I was home, I would have cooked something.
Well, they gave you that money so you could spend it. They want to the stimulus ain't for you.
They want to put it back.
They want you to keep spending. Like, give me the stimmy so you can pay your bills. So the rest of your money can go back into the economy.
Okay. Anyway, nevertheless, reality check, honey. Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Child.
Now that reunion is really gonna be trash. The reunion is really gonna be trash because Toya, how you gonna start this shit now? You're not going to the reunion because you sick. All right, I get it. We in COVID. I wouldn't want you around me if you got a cold too, because I don't know. I don't know if it's cold. I don't know if it's COVID. Okay, I don't know the difference.
They could have set her up like they did.
And they would have put her on a Zoom.
Yeah, they could have put her. Take a camera to her house, get pretty, and sit your ass on the couch.
Everybody fighting anyway.
I mean, they did a whole Zoom reunion last year. So, I mean, if the girls are getting back together,
put her on the mobile TVs and have her sit out there with the other girls. Come on, child. They could have did that, but watching Portia and Kenya argue for the 99th time, like, don't nobody care about that. Who else gonna argue? Okay, Marlo and Portia. Because I feel like this is such a fake beef. It's such a fake beef that Marlo and Portia is going through. I
don't think it's a beef.
Are you really mad at Marlo? Portia?
She's not mad. She just doesn't trust her. So I ain't got no being mad. I don't trust you.
But then see it in the next episode, she's making it a thing like she's talking to her. She's like, oh, well, I just feel, I'm like, okay, you don't want me to mess with Kenya at all. I get it. But at the end of the day, Marlo, like, you ain't gonna tell me who I can and cannot hang out with. That's why I need Nene, because girl, she a damsel in distress.
Well, Nene was like that too. Like I said, you know, Nene was a loyalist. Like, how you gonna be my best friend and then kicking and hanging out with bitches who hate me?
That's why they saying, are they beefing now? Or they're not beefing, but are they not talking now? Probably, because honey.
If who talking now?
Marlo and Nene. I don't know.
Nene just posted a picture of her and Marlo like last month.
Oh, she probably had to do that because people were speculating. It was like, how's she on this show?
Who has
Marlo
Nene didn't have to post Marlo.
When Nene was not when Nene wasn't on, was nowhere to be found, and she came back when Nene came back, and now she's still on when Nene left. So it's like, ooh, what's going on?
But Marlo has been on this. She's been on the show now for what, 7 seasons?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like she's part of the show too. She's not
maybe give her a piece. I don't know why she ain't got no.
Because she's not a housewife.
Can't be a housewife because you can't get a husband. Okay. Well, damn, Kenya had the cheat codes.
Kenya bought. Well, let me shut up. I ain't gonna go there. I'm just You get what you pay for.
First of all, Kenya and LaToya Child. Well, first of all, Kenya in that indigenous costume.
I ain't get it. I don't know who she was supposed to be.
I'm like, I'm a warrior girl.
I thought that we had gotten past that part of life, child. I thought we were done.
Like, it looked like that damn party costume with the fucking dreads and the damn dashiki talking about black man. Like, what the hell? That was really a costume piece, bitch. I don't know how true it was, but that was definitely a costume piece. It was like, or something like that.
Who do you think had the best costume out of Fallon and Candy?
I ain't like Candy. Candy looked at, she looked a little. I ain't like that. And everybody wanted to be a cat. Like, I'm like, okay, Drew. Girl,
yeah, it was. I mean, it's definitely that. Right, that Halloween party definitely pales in comparison to the one they had 2 years ago. But the action was there because Fallon was about to.
I thought she was about to get out a gun, honey. I'm like, oh shit.
Got that golf club. She's about to mess that fucking car up.
Okay, she got the damn golf club. I'm like, and I think it's because someone said it too. There was like really in like costume, and Fallon looked at scary as hell. They said she probably was scared she was gonna turn to stone. LaToya, you do not come up in nobody's house.
It's just disrespectful.
And I said this because I said this to my friend. I said, I think she young. Like, she young. Like, young folk do this shit. Like, people my age, I ain't not gonna lie. People my age are, especially the girls, very disrespectful. Okay, I'm not like that, honey. I'm old. But no, I've seen it. You come into my house like that, girl. I would have kicked her out then. I said, you gonna get this food and you gonna get that shot yourself, or you can get out.
Period. I'm like, well, you know where the door is. You're not gonna come in my house with me as soon as, because she gave her so many chances. But I'm like, okay, yeah. I would have to stop her right there. Like, actually, before you even get this, I need to address what happened the last time we saw each other, and you came from my husband. Like, you and these jokes about the age of my husband, not my boyfriend, my husband. You're gonna have to keep that to yourself.
Get it together.
Because I will beat your ass. That's the conversation they should have had. Probably like, as soon as she came in with that mess. Let me talk to you for a second. Come over here. I would have to take her to the live. Come over here. Come talk to me for a second. Because you're not going to sit in my house, eat my food, drink my drinks, and just.
And he said the party was boring. I mean, like, it's COVID. Ain't nobody, like, I imagine if like it was like a party and everybody was like invited. Okay, it would have been lit.
LaToya know better. She's my age. She's 34. She knows better.
Toya is 34?
Yeah.
Why? I thought this girl was in her 20s. You acting like that?
Drew is 35.
I knew that. Come on.
All these people are older than me. Like, come on now.
I knew that about Drew. But I don't know. Toya seemed young. She seemed. Well, they said they got a YouTube girl, so YouTube people on YouTube. They don't really stay on YouTube after that age, like unless you do like yes or like you are. It's what you see like YouTubers, like people like. I mean, people in my age, people that like the Trey Melvins and the other people that used to be on YouTube. I don't see they're not on YouTube as crazy as they was. They doing other shit.
Trey Melvin got his own website now. He don't even fuck with YouTube like that.
Right. Well, okay. done leveled up on those.
But I had never heard of her before this show, so whatever.
Yeah, apparently she was a YouTuber. She was pretty big. Oh shit! Almost. Oh, child, this damn table about to fall. Not. We need new shit, honey.
She's boring. Next.
Married to freaking medicine. I'm sick of Toya. And I'm glad that Quad is back because I felt like that was episode 1 for me.
Why you sick of Toya?
Toya is just so mean and bitter and just like I tweeted her too. Like she tweeted the same thing twice because Quad is essential to Married to Medicine. And she said, oh, she's an essential liar. She's tweeted that shit 2 times. I tweeted her back. I'm like, girl, the fact that you had to retweet this with the same response 2 times just tells everyone that Quad is essential to Married to Medicine, honey. Have a seat. Go to bed.
It's late in Atlanta.
It's late in Atlanta. With you just pick on Contessa. And I know Contessa's a little annoying. But you just pick on this woman just for no reason. Surprised you got invited. What you doing here? Like you ain't want to take off the shoes in my house and okay.
I'm like, girl, fuck your couch. But no, seriously.
It's not gonna fuck your couch.
Girl, fuck your couch, fuck this floor. I'm going back outside. But at the same token though, like Contessa, like Latoya's not wrong about the whole like just respect my house. Like the same thing go back to the other Latoya. It's like when you're in somebody's house, like just respect their space.
Mm-hmm. And I think we wasn't here for that, so we didn't really see it.
Yeah. So it's like just respect your space. And then so I think the next thing is the other new girl, Anissa or Lisa or whatever her name is.
Indian girl.
Like, why are you coming in the group trying to be peacemakers between people who've known each other for years?
Like, it seems storyline-ish and forced.
Right. My thing is like, bitch, y'all don't like each other and y'all in the same friend group. That ain't none of my business. Now, me trying to know you for you is,
and now next, so I feel like you attacked my mother. Your mother was like grabbing her.
Like, I told your mom to let me go. And I understand that y'all supposed to just, I guess if the mother says something, everybody just kind of apply, but they don't work like that over here. Like, I'm leaving because I don't want to fuck up your stuff. Mm-hmm. That's what she's like. I'm trying to leave because y'all like this stuff on this table.
Okay.
So, then I'm going to go to my car. And y'all have a good night. And we'll try this again. You and I can hang out another time.
Because we ain't doing that. We're not doing that this week. Come on. I think the show, it was a real interesting show. I can't wait to see the next episode because we're going to see that conversation with Contessa and the girl. I hope we see more Quad because Quad scenes is in. I love how, and Heavily, so she's so shady. She was like, oh yeah, they was talking about you. Look here. She's like, not when we was just doing good. I'm like, Toya fake as hell. She fake as hell when she get to that liquor, honey.
Wow.
I'm like, we're tired of seeing. I was hoping she won't block the page. I'm like, oh shit. Toya done blocked me because I done spoke the truth and shit. Like, damn. Oh well.
Well, we'll see. We're glad Quad is back. We'll see what she brings. I think she's here to like kind of stir things up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll be back on the show and we'll see. And then the other girl, the white girl that was on season 1. She's gonna be on that show. She's gonna be on it too. So we'd like to see what's going on with shit. Bring back Mariah. I mean, shit. I don't know. Mariah didn't get her contract back. So I think they wanted her. I think they wanted her to be a friend, and she was like, hell nah. The hell I'm gonna be a friend for? I made this. That's Bravo is looking real shady.
Well, Mariah.
I don't like Mariah, but like she was good. She was good for the show. Like,
yeah, you're right. Well, Heavenly spoke out about that, I think last week or whatever. She was like, I don't know what the executives at Bravo are doing, like trying to the people that are actually good for the show, y'all kicking them off or not giving them contracts, not trying to pay them their worth. But Bravo is trying to euthanize their shows, like make it more youthful and bring in new blood. And so were we really gonna watch these bitches for 20 years? They were already old when they got there.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and they're trying to break franchises too, because they only got Married to Medicine in Atlanta, but they're trying to start this LA one, but it's not really feeling the LA one. Like I like if it comes back, yay, but
I like them.
Yeah,
They're funny to me. I love them. That first season was everything.
Though it was really when that girl was coming for Heavily. She was like, she wanted to sit there and imply that my husband got a little. I'm like, oh, child. Projecting. Let me stop.
Yeah.
Child, what's on this Uber Eats, honey? Because I'm ready to order this thing.
Not too ready to like, well, I'm ready to eat. Look at you. But yeah, like that's the I guess that's the tea. Now I know I gotta go back and watch the Falcon show.
Yes, you gotta watch it because it's like, dang, I didn't even know. Like there's certain aspects, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it's certain something that's gonna come up and it's like, what? So you mean to tell me y'all asses was really getting down like that?
The answer is yes. Yes, they were.
Yes, we were. And what about it?
It was.
Oh my goodness. But anyway, thank you guys for listening.
Yes.
On the live stream, I would have loved if somebody made a comment or two, but that's okay. Good that you're listening. Hope you've enjoyed the convo. And until next time, I am your host, Darren Green.
I'm Prince Derek Dahl.
And this is the Darren Green Show signing. Bye, y'all.
If you like what you heard, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button and give us a 5-star rating. As always, enjoy the convo.
Yes.
Yeah, we did it.
We did it, y'all.
We did it, honey. We're going to end the show.